What's going on?
I just want to start off by saying, female Lopez.
I think what you said kind of blurped out. You were that excited.
Welcome to the Teofimo Lopez era. It's upon us.
For now, yeah. It was a good showing.
Where are we starting today? What are we going to talk about first?
We can start about the recap about that. Since you started us off with a little bang about it. Let's get to it.
So first of all, I just want to mention the co-main event real quick. It was a 10-round war between Arnold Barboza and Saucedo. Saucedo was once beaten. He was like 36 fights or something. Barboza's up-and-coming undefeated prospect for Top Rank. Great fight. Barboza edged the decision. He's going to get in line for a title shot at some point down the line now. So hopefully he keeps it up, and hopefully we have him on the show soon. But main event, Brady calls it. He said unanimous decision by Teofimo Lopez. What'd you think? Going nuts.
You know what? I just had a gut feeling. It was kind of like one of those when Silva fought Weidman. I just had a gut feeling. You know those feelings when you know someone's going to get upset?
Yeah.
Let's have some. I just seen something. And I was getting like shit talked on our video too. Like people are saying there's no way he wins by unanimous. And hey, I should have put some money down.
He was a plus 350. If you had to bet $100, you would have made 350 back.
Yeah, it's crazy. And I seen some people saying that it was a robbery.
It wasn't like it was competitive fight because Teo lost a lot of the later rounds, but points wise, Lomachenko lost handily. Like I had it 7 rounds for Teo, 4 rounds for Lomachenko, 1 round even. So I had the first 6. The first 6 I gave to Teo.
Mm-hmm.
Then round 7, that was a transitioning round. I thought that was even because Teo dominated at the beginning, and then Lomachenko comes on late, started to take on at the end of the round. But then after that, it was all Lomachenko until the 12th round. Lomachenko comes out, starts off well, and then Teofimo starts with body shots. You got to give that round to Teofimo! Exclamation point! So would win. Like it was a competitive fight, but it was also a dominant victory. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So do you think we're going to get an automatic rematch?
Okay, I'm glad you asked that. So, in my mind, I think it wasn't close enough to warrant an automatic rematch, but then you have the fact that Lomachenko was the A side. Lomachenko brought 3 belts to the table. Lomachenko was pound for pound top 3, wherever you rank him, 1, 2, or 3, somewhere in there. So, it makes sense from a marketing standpoint, do the rematch, but if I'm Teofimo, I'm taking that win and I'm running. Not because I don't think I'm going to beat him again, because why? You can move up to 140. You can challenge for the undisputed again. Jose Ramirez and Josh Taylor are about to just unify that fight or unify that division early 2021. Why not just wait for that? I'm pretty sure he called him out after the fight as well. That's what makes the most sense to me because Devin Haney, Ryan Garcia, Gervonta Davis, these guys got no smoke for him. They got nothing. As my boy Corey Sandhagen would say, they don't got the juice. There's no juice there for him at 140. I mean, at 135. There's no juice for him there. So I think move to 140, fight for undisputed again. But likely we see the rematch. What do you think?
Yeah, he was pretty impressive. I think you'll see a rematch just because Lomachenko's a huge draw. So, money.
What do you think about him moving up in weight?
I don't think it'll happen. I just don't see it before the rematch. I think the rematch will be forced. It just has to happen.
Fair enough. Teofimo is setting the standard for young champions. This dude's 23 years old. And in this calendar year, he's taken on 2 title fights, and now he has all 4 belts. Nobody else is doing this shit. No, who's taking on pound-for-pound guys when 23 years old? We don't see that in boxing.
Definitely not Terrence Crawford's, but I'm just kidding. But we got I just think we're going to get a rematch, and he could lose it this time, but we don't know.
I didn't see anything that says that he's going to, but it's possible. Lomachenko's Lomachenko.
Absolutely. So we had some good UFC this week, though.
Yeah, the card was all right. The main event kind of disappointed me a little bit, but it is what it is.
I'll start off with the prelims. I actually watched prelims, and Gillian Robertson, shout out, did her thing, got the decision. And I said, huh?
Was it dominant? I didn't watch the fight.
She controlled 10 minutes of ground time, so I'd say it was pretty dominant. The other girl was having good success in the first round because she's so much bigger. Like this girl was like a weight bully. I thought the size difference was crazy, but once she was taken down, the girl didn't know what to do in the back. The Bohello or something. I don't know. But then I think what was on the main card?
Jimmy Crute was the co-main event. I think. No, second from the co-main event. Jimmy Crute.
Oh, that was a great knockout. Did you see it?
Dude, he ended that man's life. And the guy was slumped against the cage, sitting like this. And then Jimmy Crute was sat down, was time to put his arm up, like, you okay, man? You all right?
Oh, no, it was how he sat right beside him. They're both young, so the other guy could bounce back. He's talented, I guess. I hear he's a good prospect. Well, I really like the James Krause fight. I hate Claudio Silva. Not hate, but I just really dislike him. He was saying he's 38 years old. He's 14-1. Didn't lose a fight in 14 fights, but he actually beat Leon Edwards in 2015. But he just talked a lot of crap before this fight, and James Krause came on and showed that this guy could not strike, and just outdid him on like 2 weeks' notice. It was nice. So don't talk shit.
Let's not forget that James Krause is the same guy that kept saying throw the jab and sent the guy out there with no teeth and shit again with Jimmy, with Anthony Smith. So I mean, I'm not a James Krause fan after that. Him in the corner, I never want to see him cornering again. That was a terrible performance by his part. Yeah,
but he looked good in that fight on no short week. We also got in the co-main Jessica Entourage versus. I actually thought what's the blonde fighter Caitlin Chudigan.
Yeah.
Did you see it?
Yep.
It was all right. I don't know what the spin was about. I've never seen someone actually get hit and spin around in a circle.
Well, I mean, I don't think I could have been more wrong at all this weekend. I picked Chukagian. I picked Zombie. I picked Lomachenko. I mean, I went all over the place this week. It's one of those weekends, but I don't know, man. Chukagian never really got into a rhythm. She was trying to stand with on too much. I think she should have tried to pull a guard or something. But it wasn't a great performance by her point. She got knocked out in the first round, I believe, right?
It kind of pisses me off too because she's the #1 ranked fighter. Now you're gonna have there's so many contenders already in the flyweight division for Valentina, and you're gonna have fighters. Jessica Andrade is going to jump ahead in that division where, like, if Lauren Murphy wins this weekend, she should get a title shot. Cynthia Calvillo should get a title shot. Like, there's other people ahead of her that should be getting a title shot.
I wouldn't say there's so many contenders. I think you named the 2 right there, Calvillo and Lauren Murphy. Outside of those 2, I don't think anybody's sniffing a title shot. And with Calvillo pulling out of the fight for this weekend, I think it's Lauren Murphy or Lauren Murphy's probably going to get that shot if she wins this fight this weekend. If not, you go to Andrade. Andrade has been a former champion. She got a name. She's a bigger star. She's not a star, but she's a bigger star than Lauren Murphy. It makes sense. But, yeah, you're right. She could definitely jump the queue.
Yeah, I just don't think – I'm a Lauren Murphy fan. Don't want to see her get jumped ahead, you know?
If she wins this weekend, there will be no jumping, I don't think.
Okay. But in the main event, woo, he looked good.
First of all, I just want to say – the Korean Zombie looked less zombie than Brian Ortega with that shaved head. The dude looked scary, man.
Yeah. He kind of looked like an alien.
E.T. type shit, you know what I'm saying?
He looked like a white marshal.
But how about that jab Ortega had? Where'd that come from?
Yeah, everything. His kicks, his elbows, everything looked amazing. And, like, Zombie had no answer for him. When he was taken in the ground, he was scared. Like, he just controlled the whole fight and looked amazing. I actually had it 50-43. So I'm surprised it was 50-45 because he dropped him twice bad and damaged him up. I gave 2 10-8s. It was just dominant.
It was dominant. Zombie didn't seem to be himself. I don't know if it was the fact that he was fighting a much more patient guy. But we don't really expect Ortega to sit back the way he did. But that being said, respect to Ortega. He took those 2 years off, and he made the adjustment, came back strong. But because he took that time off, I don't like that this was the title #1 contendership. Because let's not forget, Yair Rodriguez knocked out Korean Zombie, and they had Yair ranked below Zombie. That doesn't make sense. Yair hasn't won a fight since then.
Mm-hmm.
And then Ortega, his last fight was a complete domination by Max Holloway. He takes 22 months off, comes back, looks good against Zombie, but I don't see how that brings him into title contention by beating Zombie. For me, I think it should be either Calvin Kattar, Zabit, or Yair Rodriguez. That's my opinion.
Zabit needs a 5-round fight first.
Yep.
I don't know. I think I agree with Brian Ortega. He looked good there, and the other people need to win too. So I don't know. It could be any of those 4 guys, really.
I don't know. I had 22 months off, man, and 1 win. It doesn't do anything for me, especially when you're beating a guy, in my opinion, should not have been the number 1 contender. But I see he was the last one contender. He wins the fight. He comes back to the fan. But I think Calvin Kattar knocks Ortega out cold. To beat, tough fight, but I think Ortega gets by that. And Yair Rodriguez versus Ortega is a great fight.
Yeah, I don't know about Calvin Kattar. I don't think Kattar would actually beat Ortega. Ortega's chin's amazing. I don't know. There's a lot that could happen in that division. It's exciting.
Okay.
Max Holloway there still.
Yeah, Max too, but I don't see Max getting a title shot right away. But Max is in the mix, obviously.
Max should. Well, it was 1 fight away. Dana said
yes.
So.
Yes. Okay. I want to jump back to the Lomachenko Lopez fight real quick before we get into this week's predictions.
Okay.
If you didn't notice, the way that Lomachenko fought those first 6 rounds, people are saying if he had thrown his hands more, that he would have beat Lopez. Yeah, maybe. But the reason he wasn't throwing his hands is because he was outmatched in size, speed, and his footwork. He was trying to do his angles, and Lopez was with him the whole time. He couldn't get away from him. He couldn't get around him. It was just as fast hand, was faster hand than Lomachenko, which surprised me, and just as fast feet. So if he threw those shots, he's gonna get countered like he was. Not always to the head, but the body shot. He landed a lot of counter body shots that people didn't notice. So yeah, if he threw more shots, maybe he would have won, but maybe he would have got knocked out. That's why he wasn't throwing, because he was afraid to engage because he was gonna get countered.
Yeah, that's a good point. So, but like I said, we'll see in the rematch.
And then in Loma's corner, they said, just keep being patient, They thought the young guy was going to change the pace, but Lopez just took what he gave. The jab was there, the body shot was there. He was forcing it. He didn't lunge in with right hand. He didn't get sloppy. You think the young champion's going to be like, shit, I want to hurt this guy. Like, I'm sick of the jab. He's stuck to the game. He's wise beyond his years. Here for a while. He is here.
You're really going off on this.
Because I'm sick. Like, you got to pay this man's respect. People are talking shit. Like, I don't see what was his performance was brilliant. It was a brilliant performance. I got to give him respect.
I thought they didn't give him respect before the fight, but I mean, I did pick right, so it's all good.
Good. Let's move on to this weekend. What do we got?
UFC 254, and we got to start off with some predictions, and we got 2 alumni on this card of the Combat Hour.
We got some Combat Hour alumni, Sam Alvey and Lauren Murphy. Hopefully they'll come back on the show soon if they get these W's and let us know how it went.
Yeah, so Sam Alvey, man, he's just a good dude. The guy always likes my photos. He's just I talk to him quite a bit, actually. He's just down to earth. And it's hard to root against that guy once you've actually got to know him. I have looked up Dan Ung Jung, or I'm not too sure, honestly. But I do think this is a winnable fight for Sam Alvey. I think he's put against this guy who's making his debut just to get him back on a winning track, because I honestly don't see Sam Alvey being in the UFC if he loses 5 in a row anymore. So I think this is do or die for him. He's a company man, but it's do or die. He's not Carlos Condit. He's not going to get the 5-fight leash.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with Jung Da-un, but he's 13-2. He's got a solid record. The thing about Alvey, you know exactly what's coming. He's going to stand up, try to box you, look for that right hand, and very Dan Henderson-esque. He's going to try to stay off the fence. I don't know. I think Jung Da-un's going to take him out. Not take him out, but win the fight.
That's sad.
I hope I'm wrong.
There we go. What do we got next?
Stefan Skyscraper Struve taking on Tai Tuivasa, Mr. Shuey himself. So before we break this fight down, I just want to say this is kind of a weird fight because Stefan Struve was retired before. He's come back, got knocked out since. Then Tai Tuivasa got kicked out of the UFC for sure they cut him, and now they're bringing him back to Fight Island. It's just a weird situation.
Tai got cut?
He got cut. They released him.
Why?
Because he lost 3 in a row.
Oh, I don't know if that was official that he got cut though.
Oh, well, I thought he got cut, and it was like news and shit. Maybe he didn't get cut, but it was definitely talks cut.
Yeah, I know he lost 3 in a row, and he wasn't supposed to lose his last one. But he's the thing about him is he's still a draw, and they need him for the Aussie market.
I think Stefan Struve knocks him out.
I don't know. I think I got Tai Tuivasa honestly by knockout.
It's gonna be a gross fight. It's gonna be what it is. Two sloppy heavyweights throwing leather. Somebody's gonna get knocked out.
The winner fights Andre Arlovski. That's how it happens.
That makes sense. Okay. Jan Kutabaya is coming back for the rematch against Magomed and Kalaev. The last one got stopped prematurely, and it was the stare down was intense. People were excited for that fight. How do you see this one going?
It's been canceled like 4 times since because of COVID. I don't see Ion winning this fight. I think it's going to end very similar. He's just going to get stopped in the first round.
He's a crazy man. He's a psycho, but I think he's outmatched in this one as well. I see Magomed just doing very similar to the last fight he won as well.
Yeah, but it'll be more like he's done. Like they're not going to stop it early. He's going to be hurt.
Okay. Now we move on to the women's flyweight division. Shout out to Combat Hour alum Lauren Murphy. Supposed to be taking on Cynthia Calvillo in a number 1 contendership match. Cynthia pulled out injury, and she replaced with who'd she get replaced with?
Lilia. I can't pronounce her name, but she's like 8-2. This girl hasn't fought in a year. She's coming from, I think she fought in Japan. There's not too much information about her, but we just don't know. I mean, I'm a huge Lauren Murphy fan now. She's probably one of the favorite people I've talked to out of everyone. I got Lauren Murphy by 2nd round TKO. She's just going to be too big and strong for this girl and take her out.
Lauren Murphy's on a roll right now. I don't see anybody beating her until she gets to the bullet. Lauren Murphy should get her title shot next.
Absolutely. I would love to see Jessica Andrade versus Lauren Murphy, too, because they're both 2 strong beast women.
That is a good fight. I like that. That's a good matchup.
They both have chins, and they both throw, so who knows?
Okay, Alexander Volkov taking on Walt Harris, another heavyweight fight. This is a fun fight. I like this one.
It's going to be a Volkov. It's going to look like Greg Hardy versus Volkov. Exact same fight. Boring. Kick, jab, 30-27 for Volkov.
That being said, Walt Harris is always a fast starter. So if Walt Harris lands on him, he could finish him Derek Lewis style. But I think Volkov learns from that. He's come back. He's had a couple wins since then. I agree. I think Volkov kickboxes him, and he gets a decision win.
It's going to be a boring fight. Watch. Boring.
Really?
Boring. You watch. Boringest fight on the card. Call it.
Gas is out, though. He's going to get knocked out. Volkov will finish him if he gasses hard.
Yeah, absolutely. And then I think we got 2 more fights, right?
Yes, this is my favorite fight on the card. People are going to think I'm crazy, but Robert the Reaper Whittaker taking on Jared Cannonier. Oh, my God. That is a scrap. Wow, I can't wait. What do you think is going to happen?
What do I think? You know what? I think looking back, like Robert Whittaker's chin used to be amazing, and then he seems to get hit really like every fight and dropped. Like he got dropped by Izzy. Even Darren Till, I think, touched him and dropped him in the first fight. I think he's going to get stopped in the first round by Jared Cannonier. He's just going to be Cannonier hits him hard. He's going to pummel him. It's just going to be over. And I'm a big Robert Whittaker fan, but the Killer Gorilla takes him out in 1 round.
The Killer Gorilla. I'm gonna call him the Can Man. The Can Man Cannonier. I think that man. I've been saying this since last Christmas. That is the scariest man in the middleweight division for Israel Adesanya. Not named Yoel Romero, but Yoel Romero thing kind of didn't turn out well. Anyways, Jared Cannonier is a monster. I think he knocks him out in the first round as well. He's just at middleweight. He's so explosive, so strong. I don't see what Rob can do with him. Like he's the prime peaking Jared Cannonier. We've never seen him like this at light heavyweight or heavyweight.
Take this, and I was thinking about this actually last night. In a case, it's like a welterweight is fighting a heavyweight.
100%.
So, like, he fought a heavyweight, Robert. Like, it's weird. There's got to be a huge size difference. But he'll have to kick and just not. Rob likes to run into his shots, and he's going to get caught, which is sad, but it's going to happen.
Not to mention that Cannonier's already got the approval from Israel. If he wins this, Israel's already said you're next. That's going to motivate the man. He's putting in those extra reps. He's getting it done. And Robert hasn't looked great. Like the Till fight, he won a technical fight, but he didn't dominate. You know what I'm saying?
No, it was close.
So Rob hasn't looked great since the Yoel Romero situation. I think Yoel took something from him. I think Cannonier is peaking at the right time, and Rob's is kind of he's not fading, but he's not getting better anymore. I think we see Cannonier take over the division.
It's a Hall of Famer kind of. It's never going to get a championship again. You know what I mean? It's one of those things.
He might prove us wrong. It's Rob Whittaker we're talking about, but if I'm betting my money, I'm betting on Jared Cannonier.
Absolutely. And in the main event,
title unification bout between undefeated the Eagle Khabib Nurmagomedov and Justin the Highlight Gaethje. Amazing fight.
Yeah. I'm gonna go on a limb here with this fight, and I'm saying Justin Gaethje by TKO, round 4.
Yeah, that would be fantastic. If Gaethje wins this fight, it opens up the division for so many fun matchups. You got Dustin Poirier, a Conor McGregor winner would probably get the next title shot, I imagine, especially if Gaethje wins this, because Khabib's already beat Poirier and McGregor. You got the Dan Hookers of the world just sitting there 1 win away from the shot. Nate Diaz is never a bad option. He might jump his ass back down there. Who knows? But Justin Gaethje winning this division sets up so many fun. What do you think?
I just think it's a different kind of fight for Khabib that he's not going to be able to smash him. Justin Gaethje is not going to lay down and he's not going to give up. And that's what Khabib relies on. I think he's going to take him down and Conor McGregor smash him for 2 rounds. He's not going to get a submission. He's not going to take him out. Justin Gaethje is going to keep climbing to his feet because he has a great wrestling background. People don't realize he's an amazing background and his takedown defense is second to none. And you're going to see Khabib get tired because he's going to be made to work. And Khabib's going to struggle in those championship rounds. And he's going to have to be forced to stand. Where then he's in Justin Gaethje's world. And it's going to be game over.
Okay. Now, much like the Lomachenko-Lopez fight last week, I cannot pick against the consistent commodity. Khabib goes in the cage. He smashes people. Loma went in the cage. He did his little Matrix shit. Beat everybody. I mean, goes in the ring. So I can't pick against Khabib. I think Khabib is until he is unproven that he can not take somebody down. I think he's gonna take you down. He's gonna ragdoll you. The Dagestani handcuff is gonna be there. I think he's just gonna maul Justin Gaethje. Maybe Justin Gaethje survives the early rounds, but he's gonna be damaged so much that I think he just is gonna lose the fight.
I just want to say too, like this is the first fight since Khabib has lost his dad. Is he mentally all there too? So we'll figure that out.
That's a good point. Is a huge point, and that's kind of his dad passing is probably going to shorten his career too, which is unfortunate.
Yeah, I say he has 2 more fights. 30-0. That's what he's going for.
I agree.
All right. Is there anything else you want to talk about?
I just want to mention Artur Beterbiev, the unified light heavyweight champion, fights on Friday night. Check that out. If you remember, he beat Alexander Volesnik last year in a Fight of the Year contender, and he's always fun to watch. He just knocks people out, so check that out. That's pretty much it.
Yeah, that's it. And everyone have a good weekend. It's going to be a fun night.
We'll be back next week. We're out.
Bye.